Hi guys, welcome to the Course Couch. I'm your host, Nala Malloy, and it is Women's Month. So in this episode, we're going to be talking all things women. Well, not all things women, that's a bit of an exaggeration. We're going to be talking some things women, and specifically focusing on the statistic that I heard on radio about the fact that 60% of young women are unemployed. Then we're also going to be talking about the effects of social media. And at the end of the show, Nyakala Tefo is actually going to join us, and she's going to be interviewing me, a bit of a Q&A, so that you can get to know me. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because all the conversations that we have on this channel are for a clause. Are for a cause. So let's get straight into it. Today we are talking about the fact that 60% of young women are unemployed. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because, first of all, I am that statistic. I'm actually not even sure if I'm still that statistic because I'm busy every single day, but I'm not making the bucks yet, so I'm not sure where I am. But unemployment is a real thing, and I constantly say that with women that are broken, they can be no strong men. Because when women are broken, they settle for less. When women cannot provide for themselves, they'll be in a relationship that can provide for them. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the effects of unemployment. So first of all, being unemployed will literally bust up your self-esteem. Like, it will put those boxing gloves on and it will box you up. So that's the first stage of unemployment. Your self-esteem is literally abused. And once that's abused, then you get to a place where you become depressed. And after you're depressed, then you become desperate. Yeah, you literally become ridiculously desperate. And that's why on my social media profile, I say that your girlfriend wants to be me. And I say that because there's so many women in relationships for survival. There's so many women, young and old, who are in a relationship with a man who abuses them and treats them like absolute rubbish because they need to put a roof over their heads, they need food, they need clothes. The worst thing about this whole situation is that men know this and they use it to exploit women. And now when people get into relationships, the first thing on the agenda is we are better now. And I must say though, I don't completely disagree with that statement. So I've split one too many bills to know that men need to man up. And now I'm beji, I see it. And I think as women and as a modern feminist, I truly believe that now it's up to us women to show men how to treat us. Because honestly, without strong women or women that are whole and are not broken, there will be no strong men. I mean, the fact that men are okay with being with women that are there just for convenience is already sick. So if we as women need to find ways to ensure that we can be self-sufficient, so that we can provide for ourselves the things that we know that we deserve love. So when women are desperate, we are way more likely to settle for less. Because I mean, hey, at least I'll have a boyfriend who's gonna sponsor my hair and my nails and my shoes and so forth while I pay for my rent and pay for everything else that I actually really need. So I think that's definitely a big problem that we have in society, and it's up to us as women to actually try and fix that. So another thing that is a really real thing is the fact that young women go out on dates for free meals. That is a real thing. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it. I've done it more than once. I've actually done it more than twice. I've probably done it more than 3 times, maybe even 4. I've actually lost count. So guys, the question that I am asking you today, specifically gentlemen, what is your take on the fact that so many women are in these relationships because of convenience? And you as a man, how do you feel being with a woman that you know really doesn't love you, really doesn't care about you, it's just there because, hey, you're gonna sort out her bills? Let me know what you think. Okay, so also to the ladies, for those of you who are in abusive relationships and know what it's like to be in a situation like this, the other question that I want to ask you is, are you in that abusive relationship because you genuinely think that the sky is going to change? Or are you in this relationship because you have nowhere else to go and you are most likely stuck? Let me know. Remember guys, this is the Course Couch and we are having conversations for a course. All the funds made from this channel will be to provide access to information and education to people in need so that they can actually become self-sufficient and not have to settle for less and can provide for themselves and have better self-esteem, which means they'll have better children. So, for those of you that don't know, once again, this is the Cause Couch, and it's basically a channel where we have conversations for a cause and talk about our not so normal social norms. We exist to provide access to information and education to people in need so that they too can become self sufficient. So that specifically women and young women can provide for themselves and gain their self-worth, I would say, and realize that they don't need to be in anything because it's convenient. They don't need to be in anything just so that they can survive, and they shouldn't settle for less. And I promise you, single and happy is so much better than in a relationship and being abused. So if you're enjoying watching this content as much as I enjoy making this content, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and do absolutely everything you need to do on social media so that I can become popular and I don't have to twerk again. Like, really? Okay, well, I actually can't twerk. I was like more ass swirling because my cheeks don't clap. So the other thing that we are going to be talking about today is basically social media and the impact that social media has on young people and society, and also more specifically women. So as a result, social media has literally brought the whole world together. Like, we're more connected now than we've ever been in history. And that has its ups and its downs, as does everything. But more than anything, if you use social media too frequently, it actually has a long-term negative effect on your self-esteem, as well as the fact that it might end up isolating you from the real world. We also know that there's a number of children and a number of reports where kids are committing suicide because of cyberbullying. They are also committing suicide because they are so depressed, because they're not getting enough likes and they're not getting enough followers. And believe me, I am witness to this because so I thought I should bring this topic up of social media because I experienced something so crazy this past weekend. So basically what happened was I posted a fire video of myself. So basically in this video that I posted, I was doing this ass swelling thing because I can't twerk, my bum cheeks don't clap, my ass too tight. So I posted this video because I was genuinely hoping that I would get a lot of likes and a lot of followers, and I was hoping that, you know what, it's gonna do the rounds because a lot of people have managed to do this. So the other thing that I realized about this is that getting likes and followers on social media is not like becoming a prefect, which is actually really sad because people who do well and are good leaders and so forth become prefects. So it's literally because of your natural ability. Social media, on the other hand, is literally something else. I don't want to say that people on social media don't have the ability to be leaders. Most of them are already leaders, and that's why you guys are influential, and that's why you guys have followers, because you are somewhat leaders. But most of the time, as women, we have to do things that are that promote patriarchy, actually, to be able to succeed on this social media digital platform. And another thing that also got me thinking was the fact that I literally decided that that's what I'm going to do to get attention. Just imagine what women are doing on social media to get money because they're unemployed. Literally, and it's so sad that I feel like as black women, and I'm saying black women specifically, we have literally been sized down to sex objects because that's what we sell on social media. A lot of us are selling sex, and that's all we say that we can produce and do because according to corporate South Africa, right now, the system is not looking for you. So that's my take on the social media thing, which really, really breaks my heart, and I think needs to be sorted and fixed, and the only way we can do it is it needs to start with us. So this is the Cause Couch, the channel where we have conversations for a cause, and we talk about all things that are not so normal in our not so normal society, that affect millennials and the Generation Z, which is us, most likely you who's watching this. So thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying this content as much as I'm enjoying making this content, as I've already said, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also stay tuned because coming up, Nyakalo Defu is actually going to be doing a Q&A with me, just so that you can get to know a little bit about me, and hopefully maybe that will make me popular. Like, my ass didn't work, guys, so I don't know. Maybe that will make me popular. So I'm hoping that will just give me a few followers, guys. Did you see how big my bum is? Come on, guys. Come on. Also, remember to continue the conversation on social media. I'm your host, Nala Malloy. This is the Cause Couch. Please remember to continue the conversation on social media by using the hashtag #ConnectToEducate.
Okay, hi guys, Nyakalo. So, we're getting to know Nolo.
Yes.
Apparently, you guys don't know her that well. So I'm going to just ask a few questions. Let's hope we'll get to know a little bit about her because she's, private and stuff.
I don't think I'm that private. I think there's certain things that not everybody needs to know. Like certain things are better shared than posted. So yeah, I don't think I'm private.
Okay, let's start with the simple things.
Okay.
Just about you. So where you grew up, how old are you?
Oh, really? You don't even know how old I am?
Do they know how old you are?
Okay. So I actually was born in Benoni in Moorhill. And I was raised in Heidelberg, Jameson Park specifically. That's actually like a little, there's only one shop in the whole like townish. It's not even a suburb. It's like a farm situation. And then I grew up in Cape Town. I say grew up in Cape Town because that's where I got my job and that's where I graduated and became a normal person.
Yeah.
And I found myself in Johannesburg. When I say found myself in Johannesburg, that's when I became more comfortable with who I am. Yeah. Even though everyone's like, why do you talk like that? Why can't you pronounce anyone's name? I'm just like, okay, I try. But yeah, so that's a little bit about where I'm from.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm 27.
Yeah. All right. Top 3 things that you love about yourself.
Okay, I love my personality. I think I'm such a great person, and I think like every time I walk into a room and I meet people, I just make them feel so good, and I just feel like I bring like a really good vibe. I literally have just recently fallen in love with my ass. So I was born with a spinal bifida, and it's literally been like one of my biggest self-conscious things. Like I've been the most self-conscious about that.
Yeah.
I also love my legs.
Okay. Let's get a little bit.
Oh, okay.
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 Is Nola in a relationship?
No, Nola Malloy is not in a relationship. She's not in a relationship.
She looking?
I'm definitely looking. 100%. Come on.
Hints, guys.
I think I've been hinting on social though that I'm looking.
Okay.
You think I think I have. I think I've been very clear. Really? Okay, I'm single, yo.
Okay. I'm actually thinking about this along the way because I wanted to,
Okay, no, that's perfect. As reals. Okay, that's cool. That's that.
Okay. Okay. What do you do?
What do you mean?
What's your 9 to 5? Do you have a 9 to 5?
Do I have a 9 to 5? Okay, so I don't. I have a full day job because I've literally founded this company, the Course Couch. It's basically a social enterprise, and what we do is we use digital media to find access to information and education. So on a daily, I am registering my company. I am planning how to sort out a fundraiser. I'm sending out emails. I'm doing research. I am planning shows like this. I am meeting people. I'm networking. I am literally making presentations, and that's what I do on a regular. Oh, and I also freelance on 702.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you think? What is it that you would like to do to help young girls out there?
I would like to ensure that all young women are self-sufficient, because being self-sufficient ensures that you don't settle for less. And the reason why I constantly say that is because I was unemployed and I have settled for less. So those guys that are watching this, if I was with you, it was probably because I was broken. And a lot of women are doing that, and they're not doing it they're doing that because they don't know how to be self-sufficient. So my cause as well is to ensure that we can give women the resources that they need to start employing themselves.
Yeah. You talk a lot about women being broken, like the brokenness of women. How would you explain it to somebody?
What is broken?
What do you mean
By broken?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 versions of broken. So I'm going to speak specifically about my broken that I experienced. So my broken was basically coming from a place of I didn't feel loved. And the reason is because I had like amazing parents. So I lost both my parents in my second year, and that was my focal point of love and where I got the validation that I needed from.
Yeah.
So that's where my love is coming from. So I was broken in that sense. And then the second sense that I was broken in was the fact that I didn't have a job for a while. So money really makes the world go round.
It really does.
So you tend to feel less of a person because you can't do certain things for yourself, like buy data. To text you and say, hey. Which is a real reality. And also my biggest thing is people think that girls that are beautiful are automatically in a relationship and automatically have everything down for them and they need absolutely nothing. And I think that's such a big problem that we have in society. And that's why I'm said again, with broken women, there will be no strong men because broken women will continuously settle for less because they are either emotionally broken or financially broken, and that's why women need to get jobs and get themselves employed so that umuntu makathi ukushela ngedatha uhayi now uthi hayi.
Wow. Yeah. Say no. How did you heal your broken?
So with my parents, I mean, it took me 7 years. I was actually in denial. I actually even used to call them. I literally used to call them to check that my mom's phone would still ring. That's how hectic it was. And then I actually met this guy and he said I should go to church. And I was like, oh no, he's crazy. And then I actually ended up going to church and I realized how much I've got to be grateful for and how amazing my life has been. And that even though I wasn't getting the love that I wanted, higher power, the universe, God, Jehovah, Jesus, Lord, Muhammad, Allah, whatever you want to call him, has been there for me. And I mean, he is constantly providing for me. And I think for me, that was just like a place of, you know what, Nala, someone out there loves you. And your parents, and my other biggest thing is my parents love me so much. Like it was ridiculous. So I found, or I healed through that. And I also suffered from depression actually. I was on medication for 2 years and I've replaced my medication with gym. So that's why I'm literally up there in the gym, other than the fact that I love looking good. So I replaced my antidepressants with the gym as well. So antidepressants, God, and I also saw a psychologist and all those other things. And you can actually see psychologists for free at public clinics, for those of you that don't know.
Top 3 things you'd like us to know about you that you think we don't know.
Oh, wow. I love reading. I love dancing. Oh my God, guys. I don't think anyone knows, but I absolutely love dancing. And I know a little bit of Mandarin.
A little bit of?
Mandarin, so that's Chinese.
Nice.
It's a little bit of Mandarin.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Okay.
I hope I asked all the relevant questions.
If you have any questions for me or Nyakalo, please drop them on the comment box down below. Remember, you can also follow Nyakalo on this handle over here. You can follow me. And remember, these conversations are for a cause. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. This is your Cause Couch. I'm your host, Nala Malloy, with our beautiful guest, Nyakalo Defu. You can check us out next month, I think. I think we're going to do the next one next month.
Sure.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Hopefully she'll be our resident guest. Do you want to be?
We'll try that.
Why just try? You're not enjoying this vibe? You know, I before you interviewed me, I walked in, I'm like, I like the energy I give to people, and I'm like, you're not feeling this, Sina. Are you feeling this?
I am.
Okay. So if you want to be a guest on the Cause Couch, remember you can also, if you want to be a guest on the Cause Couch, you're more than welcome to slide into our DMs and tell us what you want to talk about. Happy Women's Month, ladies.
Happy Women's Month.